Welcome to Denver Montessori Senior High School's virtual production of The Tempest.
Hi, my name is Yellow and I play the shipmaster.
I'm Nova and I play bosun.
I'm Najea and I play Francesca.
I'm Max and I'll be playing Gonzalo and Stefano.
I'll be reading for Sebastian, brother of Alonso.
I'm Harriet and I'll be playing as Antonia.
I'm Bella and I'm playing Miranda.
I'm Emma and I'll be playing Prospero.
I'm Maya Ray and I'll be playing Ariel.
I'm Carter and I'm playing Caliban.
I'm Cruz and I'll be playing Ferdinand.
I'm Josie and I'll be playing Alonza.
I'm Chris and I'll be playing Trinculo.
And Sammy and Giuliana.
Sammy and I'm Crew.
Giuliana and I'm Crew.
Shakespeare's The Tempest. A storm tosses a ship at sea.
Bosun, we run as fast as the ground. Be stir, be stir.
Take in the topsail, tend to the master's whistle, blow till thou burst thy wind to firm enough.
I pray now, keep below.
Where is the master, boatswain?
Do you not hear her? You mar our labor. Keep to your cabins. Do you assist the storm? Hence what cares these wars for the name of the queen? To cabin, silence, trouble us not.
Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
None that I love more than myself. You are a counselor. If you cannot command these elements to silence, use your authority. If you cannot give thanks, you have lived so long. Out of our way, I say.
Down with the topmast. Yards, lower, lower. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give o'er and drown? Have you mind to sink?
A pox o' your throat, you bawling, blasphemous and charitable dog.
Work you then.
Hang cur, we are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything. The wills above be done, but I will fain die a dry death.
Lay her a hold.
Oh, hold on.
The storm buffets a small island where two women stand on a cliff edge, watching as the ship is torn apart in the waves.
If by your art, my dearest mother, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer, a brave vessel, who had no doubt some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished.
Be collected, no more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done. I have done nothing but care for me, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art. Nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a poor full cell. 'Tis time I should inform thee further.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this land? I do not think thou canst, for thou was not at 3 years old.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hast, and more, Miranda. 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy mother was Duchess of Milan.
Madam, are not you my mother?
Thy father was a piece of virtue, and he said thou wast my daughter, and thy mother was Duchess of Milan, and thou my only heir.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence?
The government I cast upon my sister Tonia into my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. I, thus neglecting worldly ends of my false sister, awakened an evil nature. Alonso, the queen of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my sister's suit, which was that she should presently expedite me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all thy honors on my sister. Whereon a treacherous army levied, one midnight, faded to the purpose, did Antonia open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried hence, me and thy crying self.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
They hurried us aboard a bark, before us on leagues to sea, which they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackled, sail, nor mast. Here they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me, thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Napoleon Gonzalo out of his charity to give us. Knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prized above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man. And now, I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind your reason for raising this sea storm.
Know thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune hath mine enemies brought to the shore. Here, these more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. I know thou canst not choose. I am ready now. Approach my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I board the queen's ship, now in the beak, now in the waist, in the cabin, in every deck I flamed amazement. Not a soul but felt the fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. The queen's son was the first man that leapt, crying, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here."
Why, that's my spirit. But are they safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badest me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. Queen's son I have led him by himself.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost remember me, that thou hast promised which is not yet performed me.
How now, moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty, I pray thee. Remember what I have done thee a worthy service, told thee no lies, served without grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Dost thou forget from under torment I did free thee?
Now?
Dost thou, and think it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do my business in the veins of the earth, when it's baked with frost?
I do not, master.
Thou lice, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch sore cracks? Thou wast in her service, she did confine thee into a cloven pine, imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died, and left thee there. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did little air, here, a freckled, whelp hag-born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest what torment I did free thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
Pardon, master. What shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph, O the sea, be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well, awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. What, ho, slave, Caliban, thou earth, thou speak.
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee.
As wicked do as ever my mother brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fen, drop on you both the southwest wind blew on ye and blister you all over.
For this be sure tonight shall have cramps, side stitches, that shall pen thy breath up.
This island's mine which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me and madest much of me. And then I loved thee. Cursed be that I did so, for I am all subjects that you have. which first was mine own king, and here you stay me on this hard rock wall as you do keep me from the rest of the island.
I have used thee, filled as thou art with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Wouldn't had be done, thou didst prevent me. I had people else this isle with Calibans. You taught me a language in my prophet Aunties. I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hagseed, hence, fetch us some fuel and be quick.
I must obey. Her art is of such power.
Full fathom 5 thy mother lies, of her bones our coral made. Those are pearls that were her eyes, nothing of her that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring her knell, hark now I hear them, ding dong bell.
Where should this music be? In the air or the earth? Sitting on a bank, weeping again. My mother's wreck. This music crept by me upon the waters. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather.
What is it? A spirit? I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may known if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give, how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no?
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong.
Why speaks my mother so ungently? This is the second man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity move my mother to be inclined my way.
I charge thee that thou hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple.
Speak not you for him. He's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together.
No, I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
He draws his sword, but is frozen by Prospero's magic.
Oh, dear mother, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench! To the most of man, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
Be of comfort. My mother's of a better nature, sir, than she appears by speech.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
Another part of the island, the ship's passengers have been tossed ashore.
Beseech you, madam, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Then wisely, good madam, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
She receives comfort like cold porridge.
Though this island seem to be desert, uninhabitable, and almost inaccessible, yet it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance. The air breathes upon us here most sweetly. Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that there is none, or little.
But the rarity of it is, methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first at the marriage of the queen's fair daughter to the king of Tunis.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost, and, oh, thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Madam, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him, and ride upon their backs his bold head above the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms in lusty stroke to the shore. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
I fear, forever, Milan and Naples have more windows in them than them of this business making, than we bring men to comfort them. The fault is your own.
So is the dearest of the loss.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster. It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Ha! Foul weather?
Prithee, no more, thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness, and did it to minister occasion in these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always use to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Very well. Ariel enters, invisible.
Ariel enters, invisible, casting a sleeping spell.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me to sleep, for I am very heavy.
Francesca and Gonzalo fall asleep.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
We too, my lady, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What strange drowsiness possesses them?
It is the quality of the climate.
Why doth not make it our eyelids sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more, and yet methinks I see it in thy face. What thou should be, the occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep, die rather. While thou art waking, will you grant me when that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples? Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender to your own good fortune?
I remember you supplant your sister Prospero.
True, and look how well my garments sit upon me. Much feeder than before. My sister's servants were once my fellows, now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir, where lies that? Here lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon. If she were that which she's like, that's dead, whom I with this obedient steel can lay to bed forever, whilst you, doing thus, can to the perpetual wink, for I might put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not upbraid our course. For all the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. Draw thy sword one stroke, shall free thee from the tribute which thou prayest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, you the like to fall on Gonzalo.
Awake.
Now, good angels, preserve the queen.
Why, how now? Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whiles we stood here securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather lions. Did not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, was a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, madam, I heard a humming, and what a strange one, too, which did awake me. 'Tis best we quit this place.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. The queen, go safely and seek thy son.
The
The storm continues, thunder and lightning striking the island.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, unprosper fall and make her by Inchmeal disease. Lo now, lo, here comes a spirit of hers, and to torment me, for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance he will not mind me.
Here's neither a bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all, and another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind, if it should thunder as it did before. I know not where to hide my head. What have we here? A man or a fish, dead or alive? A fish, he smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A strange fish, legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm, oh my troth. I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander, that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under him. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows.
I shall no more to sea, here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort.
Oh?
What's the matter? Have we devils here? I have not scaped drowning to be afeard now of your 4 legs.
The spirit torments me. Oh!
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs. I will give him some relief.
Do not torment me. Prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. Come on your ways, open your mouth.
I should know that voice, but he is drowned, and there are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices, a most delicate monster. Come, I will pour some in thy other mouth.
Stephano, Stephano, if thou be Stephano, speak to me, for I am Trinculo, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou be'st Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf?
I took him to be killed with the thunderstroke, but art thou not drowned, Stephano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm, and art thou living, Stephano?
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
That's a brave god, and bears celestial liquor. I'll kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be that true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Oh, Stephano, hast any more of this?
The whole but, man. My cellar is in the rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, moon calf? How does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Oh, out of the moon I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I've seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I have feared of him, a very weak monster.
I'll show thee every furrow inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot, I prithee, be my god.
Come on, then, down and swear.
A plague upon that tyrant that I serve. I'll bear her no more 6, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the queen and all her company else being drowned, we will inherit here.
At Prospero's cave, Ferdinand is made to work like a slave.
This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead. It makes my labors pleasures. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. My mother is hard at study. Pray now, rest yourself.
O most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while.
No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by. I do beseech you, what is your name?
Miranda.
I'm in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it.
Do you love me?
Beyond all limit of what else in the world do I love you. Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling. I am your wife, if you will marry me.
Here is my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it.
another part of the island.
Servant monster, they say there is but 5 upon this isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brain like us, the state totters.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorceress, that by her cunning hath cheated me of the isle.
Thou liest.
Thou liest? Thou jesting monkey, thou would not my valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Why? I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery she got this isle, from me she got it. If thy greatness will avenge it on her, thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. All your her be asleep, but thou must knock a nail into her bead.
Thou liest. Thou canst not.
I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows and take his bottle from him.
Why? What did I? I did nothing. I'll go farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that.
I did not give thee lie.
Now forward with your tale. Prithee, stand farther off.
That most deeply to consider is the beauty of her daughter.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant.
Monster, I will kill this woman, her daughter and I will be king and queen, and Trinculo and thyself shall be my viceroys. Give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure.
This I will tell my master.
Another part of the island.
Fire patience, I can go no further, madam. My old bones ache. I needs must rest me.
Old lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness. Even here I will put off my hope. He is drowned whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our search on land.
The next advantage we will take.
Let it be tonight.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark!
Marvelous sweet music.
Prospero enters, invisible. Spirits enter, bringing a banquet and inviting the queen to eat. They depart.
What were these?
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders who, though they are of monstrous shape, yet note their manners are more gentle kind than of our human generation.
Honest lord, that have said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils.
They arrived strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Wilt please you taste what of what is here?
I will stand to and feed, although my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lady the Duchess, stand to and do as we.
Thunder and lightning. Enter Ariel, like a harpy, clasps her wings upon the table. The banquet vanishes. Antonia, Sebastian draw their swords.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny the never surfeited sea hath caused to belch up you. You 3 from Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed into the sea, her and her innocent child, for which foul deed the powers delaying, not forgetting heaven since the seas and shores. Yea, all of the creatures against your peace, thee of thy son, Alonso, they are bereft and do pronounce by me lingering perdition. Worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you in your ways, whose wrath to guard you from. Which here in this most desolate isle else falls upon your heads is nothing but a heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
My high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power, and in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine love darling. In the name of something holy, madam, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous! The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced to me the name of Prospero. Therefore my son embedded, and I'll seek him, and with him there lie mudded.
But one fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions. A word.
I'll be thy
All
second.
three desperate, their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite the spirits. Do beseech you that our subtler joints follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what is this ecstasy may now provoke them to.
Follow, I pray you.
Prospero's cave.
If I have too overtly punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you a third of mine own life. All thy vexations were but trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test here.
Let me live here ever. So rare a wondered mother and a wife makes this place paradise.
Sit then, and talk with her. She is thine own. What, Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel?
What's thy
Spirit, we must
pleasure?
prepare to meet with Caliban, the trumpery in my house. Go bring it hither, for stale to catch these thieves. Come, hang them on this line. Go, bring the rabble.
Before you can say come and go, and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe will be with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. I will plague them all, even to roaring.
Prospero makes herself invisible.
Pray you, tread softly. We are now near her cell.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
O King Stephano, look at what a wardrobe here is for thee.
Put off that gown, Trinculo. By this hand, I'll have that gown.
The troops may drown this fool. What do you mean to dote thus on such luggage? Let's alone and do the murder first.
Be you quiet, monster. Help to bear this away, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
And this.
Ah, and this.
Prospero conjures vicious spirits who drive Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo away.
Foul devils.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lie at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the air at freedom. Spirit, how fares the queen and her followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them, all prisoners, sir. In the lion grove which weather fends your cell, they cannot budge till your release. Queen, her brother, and yours abide, all three distracted in their manner mourning over them. Brimful of sorrow and dismay, your charm so strongly works them that, if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go, release them, Ariel. Quickly, spirit. Thou shalt ere long be free.
I'll fetch them, sir.
I dim the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea these faults that roaring war. To the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove struck oak with his own bolts. Graves at my command have wakened their sleepers, opened and let them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. I'll torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabit here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country. Behold, Queen, the wrong Duchess of Milan, Prospero, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest she or no, or trifle to abuse me.
Josie, it looks like you're frozen. Are you still with us? Okay, we can't hear you.
I'll just go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead with the next line, and if she doesn't come back, I'll read the rest of her lines.
Okay. First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
Welcome, my friends all. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness's frown upon you, and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in her.
No. For you, most wicked madam, whom to call sister would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of them. Require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
How hast thou met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon the lost my dear Ferdinand? Probation says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You the like loss?
I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing, at least bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
Prospero reveals Ferdinand and Miranda sleeping.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a glad mother compass thee about. Arise and say how thou camest here.
Oh wonder, how many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is, O brave new world that has such people in it.
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play?
She is daughter to the famous Duchess of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life, and a second mother.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth
Be
not
it
wish
so.
you joy.
Amen. Oh, look, madam, look, sir. Here's more of us.
What is the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our queen in company. The next, our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out, split as tight and yar and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Sir, all this service have I done since I went.
My tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you hither?
If I think, sir, I were well awake, I strive to tell you we were dead asleep, and how we know not, all clapped under our hatches. Where but even now it strains in several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds. All horrible. We were awake straightway at liberty.
Were we in all her trim freshly beheld our royal good and gallant ship, our masters capering eye to her, on a trice so please you, even in a dream, where we divided from them we brought mopping hither.
This is as strange a maze as men e'er trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of.
Set Caliban and his companions free, untie the spell. There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not. These 3 have robbed me and plotted to take my life. 2 of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler?
He's drunk now. Where had he wine?
And Trinculo is reeling right. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded them? How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last.
Why, how now, Stefano? Oh,
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a cramp. You'll be king of the isle, Sirrah. I should have been a sore one then. Go, Sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Ay, that I will. What a thrice doubled ass was I to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool.
Go to, away.
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
Madam, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, and in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be of my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas. My aerial chick, this is thy charge. Then to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have, mine's own. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails. As from your crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
The end.